Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm in an extremely good mood today because I was just approved to the YouTube Partner Program, and I could not thank all of you enough for being there to support me into this position. And I promise you, bigger videos are coming, more things. Things aren't going to be slowing down or changing in any way. And once again, thank you all so very much for giving me the opportunity to be a YouTube partner officially now. So I figured what better way to celebrate than to listen to a song that has been on my Arknights list for months. I mean, like 4 months or so. It's been almost the whole time I've been listening to Arknights stuff. This song has been sitting there in the bleachers waiting for me to tackle it. So without further ado, let's get on to Bridge to the Dawn, shall we? Let's go. Ooh. Well, that's a beautiful guitar piece right off the bat. Oh. Diddling on the ride. All right. Oh, it's prog. Okay, I'm lost already. I'll do my best. I can only count to 4, so this is kind of hard for me to follow, but just beautiful ghost notes. We've talked about those before. All right. I'm starting to kind of understand the groove a little better now. Some of these interludes are really cool. Somebody had a little fun there on the drums. Oh. Okay, you went a little tiny on the snare there. Okay, I'm a little off. I'm still trying to end on a rounded even number. I need to not do that. It's an odd time signature. I'm bad with odd time signatures, but I love the way they sound. My hair is not behaving. The tone on that guitar is so thick. Oh, what the hell was that break? trying to air drum to it and I just can't find out what's happening. So I've always been a drummer based on feel. I've never been one to learn things by the book, never been a technical drummer. I've never sat down and learned how to do odd time signatures. It's not really my thing. It's not my forte, but I love the way it sounds. I always have. I just can't play it. It takes a lot of mental strength to be able to keep track of a song that's constantly moving through different time signatures, and especially stuff that ends on odds. Is like, I can't do that. I can't feel on odd time signatures too easily. If it's rounded to a 4 or a 4 divisible, I can do that, like an 8 count or something, sure, but I can't really like do something like 5-4 and 7-4, 7-11, really weird ones like that. I've just never been able to get a feel for them while I've been playing. A lot of times when I'm playing, I'll do this thing where I'll hear something and in my mind I'll process it as 4 and then I'll just play it how I feel it's played, and that's just how I learned how to play the drums. So when I hear songs like this that really play with that extra mud in the time signature space, that just confuses me. Like, could I play it? Probably, if I were to sit down and learn it the whole way through, maybe, but it's still pretty difficult to like break it apart like that. The whole composition of that song was super cool. I loved the way it sounded. I loved that fat guitar, that almost djent kind of sound on the electric guitar there. The drums, of course, were sick. I just couldn't follow it well. And the fact that it was an instrumental just let the guitars carry the melody through and they didn't have to rely on vocals to do so. Another song that I love that does that is From Now On by Bandmade. I know some people may not like Bandmade, but they are sick as hell, and your opinion is incorrect. But their song From Now On is just one of a few that they've done where there's no vocals and they just let the musicians speak with their instruments, and it is a beautiful song. The hooks, the mix, everything about it is just so great, and I love it for reasons that I love songs like this, where they really do play with a lot of those flexibilities in music. They don't stick to the standard 4-count rules like plebs like me only know how to play. I wouldn't call myself a drummer as a professional. I'm a hobbyist who managed to turn it into something else. While I know some things about the technicalities of drums and stuff inside the drum handbook that I've just kind of learned by exposure, so to speak, it's more of that. I never really sat down and learned how to play a kit. And I don't believe that you have to learn things by the book like many drummers. You don't have to learn things by the book. And honestly, some people, you shouldn't. People like me who don't have the attention span or the focus and just want to play it for their own personal reasons, don't feel pressured to do so, is kind of my advice as a musician. I may not be the next like Travis Barker, The Rev, Mike Portnoy, you know, like I may not be the next one of them, but I enjoy how I play and where I am, and I believe that every musician should have their right and ability to just play what they want to and enjoy music the way you want to. I would say don't feel pressured to do something you're not comfortable with. However, if you do want to improve and get better, stepping out of your comfort zone is a requirement, because if you're sticking in your comfort zone like I am, you will plateau real hard and you won't get to where you want to be as a musician. But there are even times where I'm like, man, I wish I could learn this, or I wish I was good at this or better at this. And I found ways to kind of sneak those elements into my playing and practice them in my own time. I learn much slower as a result, but I'm also not trying to get a job as a pit drummer or something like a lot of other more skilled drummers are. And of course, there are examples of finding drummers out there that you may come across and you're like, wow, these guys are really good, better than me. And don't use that as an excuse to stop. Use that as an excuse to acknowledge their impressive skill, find out why it's good, why you like it, and how to improve your own. I was graced by the marvelous player Adam Alessi. For those who do not know, he was the drummer on the Arknights song Morning Dew. He left a comment on my reaction to Morning Dew and was just like, find me here and check out my stuff. So I did, and I went to his Instagram, and I saw how tight this guy's pocket was, how absolutely clean his drumming is. The pocket is what's comfortable and what is basic, but what feels really good. When you're in the pocket, you are in the zone, so to speak. So when I saw his version of the pocket, I was like, man, he outshines a lot of drummers I know when it comes to the pocket. But that doesn't mean I have to devalue myself. I can go, why is his pocket so good? What has he done to improve my own pocket? And use that as a reference. So that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. If you don't want to push yourself beyond that comfort zone, you don't have to. But by all means, if you feel like you want to, do it. It's the only way you're really going to get better. Don't be discouraged by people who are better than you. Use them as a starting point. Use them as a kickboard to improve yourself. In general, musicians of all kinds can use this advice. It does translate to every musical instrument, including the voice. So by all means, use this if you've been kind of on the fence about getting better, or you're just comfortable and you're not sure how to feel about it and you feel like you should be doing more. Don't worry about it. Work at your own pace, improve yourself at your own will, because where you get is where you want to be. And if you want to get to a certain point, you know you have to put in the work. If you don't, that's fine. Be happy where you are. Don't force yourself to be something you're not if you don't want to. That's my advice, at least. So yeah, I guess that's going to be the end of the video. I love that this kind of became an accidental motivational speech segment here, but I also hope that a lot of you find some sort of comfort in these words and maybe a little bit of motivation to better yourselves if that's something you've been struggling with. And without further ado, thank you all so very much for, again, letting me get to the YouTube partnership program. I couldn't have done it without everybody sitting here watching this video, and I hope to keep offering advice and critique and reviews as time goes on. I hope everybody finds some sort of an entertainment value and or educational value in all this content, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!